Okay, so I'm going to tell you all about my in-ground composters. They're basically just a 20-gallon trash can set into the ground, and inside them I put all my kitchen scraps and dead leaves and shredded damp newspaper and pretty much anything you put into any kind of composter, and keep the lid on so it stays moist. And as time goes on, it all just sort of disappears. And my theory is that the worms come in and eat it and go out into the garden because the soil all around there is nice and rich and dark and pretty fertile, as you can see how well my lettuces are doing right here. So this is one that's functioning, and we're going to put in a new one. Okay, so here's my next trash can that I'm going to use, and the first thing I'm going to do is drill a bunch of holes in it so that the worms can come in and out. At least I'm assuming that's what's happening, is it's worms, because all the stuff inside disappears eventually. So this is my lovely assistant Wanda guarding my drill. I think this is a 7/32 bit, but basically imagine a hole that a nice big fat earthworm could go through and use that size. I bury the trash can up to about here, which is just above where the indentation on this particular one is. It's about 2/3 buried, and so I want the holes to come up maybe 2 inches below that. So, obviously, it drills pretty easily. And it's not fancy, it's just fairly well perforated. So yeah, kind of like that. They're about 2 inches apart, and all over the sides and all over the bottom is basically what you want to do. This part is going to be kind of boring, so you might want to go get some popcorn or something. Well, so we have a little issue in that we've hit some stuff that's too hard to dig, which, you know, may happen in any garden. So I'm going to set the composter a little higher than I normally would. And there's no huge issue with that. It's just when you water it, some of the water is going to come out the holes that aren't buried rather than going into the soil where you'd rather it stayed. What do you think, Wanda? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so the composter goes down in your hole. Hopefully your hole is deeper than mine. And then I'm going to backfill the dirt around the composter so that it's nice and completely buried. Okay, now we're actually going to put some stuff in here to start composting. I have a bunch of chunks of yucca from a yucca tree that I cut down, and these are really nice brown material. They absorb water and hold on to it really well. So I'm going to put a bunch of that in. And then I have scraps from my kitchen, which I just keep in these so they don't stink up the kitchen. And then usually to keep down the fruit flies and the smell, I try and put more brown material. In this case, I'm going to use some dead camellias that fell off my camellia tree. Something that works really well for this is lawn clippings or wet newspaper. And then you just put the lid on it and you're done. Wanda and I would like to say thank you to Radish Nation for the first annual Radish Nation Innovation Award. We're proud to be a part of what's going on there. And that's about it. Any questions you have, go to Radish Nation and find out the answers.